in the digital section, going elaborately, I have discussed things. First, I've tried to maintain a healthy mix between the digital and word of mouth, because digital is very important. The problem is, if you go in the medical doctor circle, they say digital agencies have fooled me, freelancers have fooled me, or I tried digital, it was a mediocre result, and then I stopped doing it. Right. So the entire digital section, and particularly if you're old doctors, 55, 60 something, they get overwhelmed with all this digital buzz and this digital jargon and that jargon, and they get confused, and then they try half-heartedly here and halfway there, and they get mediocre results, and then eventually they stop doing it. So why this entire thing happens? So the entire digital section starts with the first thing: why doctors are not getting good results out of digital marketing activities, right? So where we discuss things like concepts, like, which is also part of this free sample video, those doctors who are going to discuss it. The idea here is that one of the key reason is doctors do not, in their mental calculations, start with simple thing like, what is my return of investment? So let's say you are spending $500 or 10,000 Indian currency uh, for the digital marketing guy. Fine. And your minimum consultation is 1,000 bucks Indian currency. So because you're spending like 10,000 bucks Indian currency to the digital guy or the agency, the digital is, you as a doctor need to think is, at least you should get 10 to 11 new patients with guarantee 10 to 11 new patients to justify what you are spending on those, to pay that digital guy their fees. Because if your digital market, this I call is the return of investment. So every month you have to pay 10,000 rupees to the digital guy Indian currency, or $500 to the digital guy. You should actually, as a doctor, as a small clinic, that's a big amount from your monthly budget. If you're running a hospital or a big clinic or a listed company, that you have a lot of money to invest in these kind of marketing is important. But if you're running a small clinic, investing from your pocket money, your money, hard-earned money, this is a big amount for monthly expenses. So 10,000 rupees, I'm $500 I'm willing to give for the digital, but guarantee me my minimum consultation is Indian currency 1,000 bucks. So guarantee me at least 10 new patients every day, because that is what is going in your pocket. Plus I have to spend money and time to run my clinic and whatever it is. This is what I'm not assuming. I'm just assuming whatever I'm paying you, at least that much is returned to me per month as a guarantee. So that's the first thing that doctors do not think. The second is cost per lead, cost per acquisition. This is another thing that doctors do not think. Also, all these things are discussed in details in the first video. That's where the digital section starts. The second thing doctors do not think is, there's a big word about social media going on. Now, the entire social media, let's say, is the patient psychology. What is the patient psychology? Let's say there is a Facebook or a YouTube. Doctors think, I've made a great creative post and posted it on social media, Facebook, or a great video and uploaded it on YouTube. You will get likes and shares. This is half truth. This is half battle one. You will if you're making a really good kind of content, like on videos or Facebook, you might get the likes and shares, but there is no guarantee that is coming inside your 5 kilometer radius. That's the first point. The second point is the patient psychology. When a patient is surfing on YouTube for his favorite, serials or songs, movies, whatever on YouTube, and all of a sudden a doctor's YouTube video comes in. What to do when there is a pain in a jaw, dentist video, or what to do when you have neck, shoulder, neck, shoulder pains and things, right? Now physiotherapist orthopedic video, right? So all of the patient as on now is in a mood of watching his favorite songs, movies on the YouTube. All of a sudden this video comes in. Why will the patient like to go, leaving his happy experience with this song, movies, what he's going to a doctor's YouTube channel? Why the patient the point is, when the patient actually goes to the doctor's YouTube channel, only and only when they need free information and free content, or a doctor's YouTube Facebook page when they need free stuff. And this is very important thing. Whenever you are planning any kind of digital marketing activities, in your mental calculation, doctors need to understand this psychology of the patient before they plan it. And at the same time, you cannot ignore digital. You cannot blindly copy paste digital, because everyone else, all your patients and all your competitors are getting serious about digital. So this is the first thing, prima facie, that the doctors do not do these kind of mental calculations and brainstorming, and they, before they spend money, a single penny, on the digital thing. Another thing that I've put in the side, the digital thing, is marketing funnel. Sales marketing funnel is also called the sales funnel or marketing funnel, and also the digital marketing funnel. So there's a separate video on this. These are very popular concepts in the MBA circles, and this is something, another thing you have to keep in your, and the right buyer persona. So what is the right buyer persona? How will they respond to these kind of marketing funnel, digital marketing funnel, and these kind of pros and cons? What will be the patient psychology, cost per lead? And these are the things you have to do before, in your mental calculation brainstorming, before you spend a single penny out from your pocket for any kind of market. It may be digital marketing, may be newspaper ads, may be any kind of marketing. These are three concepts that you need to first do it before you actually jump in, right? Also, I have discussed about the free softwares that will solve all your graphics needs, and the time management angle. How will a small doctor, a small solopreneur doctor, and one receptionist assistant will manage the time to create those kind of graphics for social media, of Facebook and things? How will they manage time for the YouTube videos and things? What are the free softwares to edit it? At least the basic intermediate level editing, what are that can be done using free softwares and free apps. So what are those? I've also made a website list of 150 websites which are the, as per the Indian medical, which have the free listing, completely free, from the Indian medical related sites like curofy.com, sehat.com. These are all Indian medical sites, and you can actually have a free, they have both the free and paid plan, so you can actually for free put in your and these are 150 in numbers, so you can for free actually put in your details to get that immediate online branding, online visibility, and the SEO effect. So at least you have 150 start places to handle on it. Those of my clients who are actually paying to the digital guys and SEO guys in India, I found them to be available only on 95 or 100 of these sites, 95 of these sites, not the entire 150 of them. And please note, this entire 150 doesn't happen overnightly. It, in the span of last 2.5 years of my journey, it gradually kept building, and today, as of now, is 150 plus Indian medical sites where you can put in your free listing to get that SEO effect and the online branding thing. So that's another resource that you have handy. Another important thing that digital have is what are the places where you can get the free website and the free e-commerce sites. So what are those free softwares and apps? Because if you go with for those e-commerce site, and I normally recommend doctors to have an alternate sources of earning to get the cash flow in the key things doctor think is, sell medicines online, and that's a very recommended thing. Or the set, or a vet doctor sell vet stuff online. That's a very brilliant idea, and I recommend it. But the problem really comes in, you need to have an e-commerce site to actually sell those, or an e-commerce app to sell those medicines or those vet store kind of products thing. And I normally so what are those free or low budget kind of very affordable pocket money type places where you can actually what are those softwares and apps, what are the places where you can actually find out which is in your everyday pocket money expense, which gives you a monthly thing. Because if you are going to go and create a new app, it takes minimum $500. And the worstest part about this e-commerce and the app thing is, e-commerce site and e-commerce app, there is a continuous technical updates that you need to deliver when it's coming an online e-commerce site and app. Because when it comes to e-commerce site and app, there is a continuous money going in and continuous interactive touch points of the of something as serious as money, spam, privacy issues, and such things. And that is where there is a lot of technical handholding at the back end. You need to support them. So it's much better that if you decide to have an e-commerce site, go with these kind of professional e-commerce platforms like Shopify, Wix, Instamozo, depending upon your requirement and whatever is in your budget. So that is where, and you can pay these e-commerce platforms on a monthly basis, so it's a part of your everyday pocket money expense from your wallet, and very easily affordable to try and experiment for these kind of e-commerce selling medicine, selling vet products. I also recommend doctors who are gynecologists that they can also try and experiment to sell baby products. So most doctors says, gynecologist clients says, gynecologists and child doctors both, they can sell baby products, baby toys, diapers and things, and use the same e-commerce platforms to actually have their own store. Because in case they lose, fine, it's the monthly subscription are in their pocket money expense, so they can actually any point of time they can give it a shot. And take a control experiment if you guys choose to be. Most of the vet doctors are already doing selling their vet products. Ayurvedic, homeopathic again can be they are already doing it. If you want to include the OTC and other these kind of products like baby diapers and vet and other kind of things. Orthopedic and physiotherapists both can be using that, like collar neck things. They can use these e-commerce sites and apps to actually sell it. I recommended it to my physiotherapist and my personal physiotherapist, and really got serious about it and loved it. So that is another using the same platforms where you can actually have an second source of alternate source of earning to bring the cash flows coming in. So this is all such softwares and free apps, and most important is the right way, right timing, the pros and cons, the secret mantra in each of these things, like understand the patient psychology, why you're not getting good results about digital. These are things you need to keep in mind, what things you need to brainstorm from the marketing funnel, right buyer, and things like that. These all things are discussed in details in the digital marketing section. There are about 15 videos on this digital thing, all about the free things and the makeover, the secret mantra, pros and cons, and things. So this is all about the detail about contents inside the digital section. Now the big problem, but one key important thing that I have include is this medical line is a word of mouth, mouth to mouth publicity line. So I have to try to maintain a healthy balance between both the digital thing and the mouth to mouth publicity. Also, it's very important since all your patients are on digital social media and things, and your competitors in the local area are getting serious about digital. So you simply cannot ignore digital, and you cannot as a doctor blindly copy paste what is working in digital in some another, say, hotel industry or a e-commerce industry, and put it to sell your dental service or the medical services or other thing related to the digital services, and use digital to blindly copy paste it, right? So you as a doctor need to understand the pros and cons. A very important thing that is a part of the digital section is I have included a video like when to do Google ads, Facebook ads, uh, SEO, what are the pros and cons of all of these medium, because if you go with a digital circle, a Facebook ad cost one third the cost of the Google ad. So for one simple click, if the Google ad is costing you say say $9, then the Facebook ad for that same $9, like if the Google ads is costing about $1 for the simple click, then the Facebook ad for that same click will be costing one third of it, around 30-35 cents. But the problem is now many doctors, oh wow, this is interesting, but it will not work in the medical doctor line, because a patient psychology, when a patient goes to a doctor when he's in pain, so he have some neck pain and it's unplanned emergency, and at that time he have very less time to take a decision. So at that time patient is not going to surf on Facebook. They will surf on Google to find out a doctor near me type thing, rather than going to the Facebook and watching your ads. So, and medical emergencies are visiting a doctor is often an unplanned visit. It's a last moment thing, and the patient have only 1 or 2 days to decide on a really fast thing. So that is why. So I've included an entire video about it. But just for you as a doctor, so that you as a doctor are not fooled by other digital guys or just blindly copy pasting what's working in another industry. You as a doctor knows the pros and cons secret about every of this, including when to use Google ads, when to use Facebook ads, when to use SEO. SEO takes at least 6 months to get you results. So many of the SEO guys says, we can give you the 90 days, but that 90 days is about the improvement. That in 90 days I can show you the improvement. It doesn't guarantee you the result. The result takes at least 6 months, right? So all these things you need to keep in your mental calculations, and you understand the pros and cons, so you can so at least the first thing is you are not fooled by another digital guy and the trendy, there's so much of buzzwords and the this going on digital, and you are not overwhelmed or fooled by those digital new things that's coming in, the buzzwords and trends. And maybe you can plan the pros and cons as per your thing. Now obviously it's an idea that this it becomes more sensible that when you are actually planning any kind of digital thing, the first thing is we try to fix as much as possible using free things that is discussed in this entire course. And then if you still need if we still need to have which is practically possible, is 20 to 25% more in terms of many sales patients, whatever level you are sitting it, using the entire all the modules and all the aspects of the course when you actually implement. And it makes common sense that you first try to fix all the free things that is available on yourself, and then think if you want to still spend unnecessary money, and you are not fooled when it comes to another marketing or digital marketing person who is trying to sell you some new buzzword or some new trend thing which is relevant, and you are like picking a very calculated decision, because in order to run a small clinic, money comes from your own pocket. So whatever spend you need to spend on marketing, you have to take it out from your pocket. So this I've tried to make as much of the free things, all the free things, and the pros and cons psychology and every angle in the digital section, which is all elaborately in very much details, all the free softwares and apps that is there, the right way, right timing, right frequency, when to do, what not to do, understanding the other side of the equation, and all the things which is very much in detail in this digital marketing sections, as much of all the things that is free, and that doctors, and that is relevant for the medical services doctor industry.